Everyone, welcome back. Got an interesting one today, and it's honestly pretty sad. And my God, I hope the guy makes it through it. Anyways, there was a robbery at a diner in New York. And of course, New York has some of the strictest gun laws in this country. You know, I'm not really sure how politicians and lawmakers sit there and say, okay, well, we have the most crime in the country because we have the most people and, you know, a lot of gangs, all that kind of deal. But let's restrict our citizens, right? Let's say, you know what? There's so much crime here that we're just going to leave all of our citizens to kind of fend for themselves because the police aren't going to get there in time. And this is a perfect example of that, today's video. And I just want to say one thing before we get into this. If the focus of these major cities is, well, look, the police are there to protect you, watch this video. And after that, if you still want the police to be in charge of everyone's protection, make everyone the police. Everyone can carry whatever the they want all day, and everyone is in charge of everyone else's safety. It's what we already believe in. If I see an old woman getting robbed at a gas station, you know that I'm coming through for her.
The NYPD are searching for a gunman who shot a man in the face inside a restaurant in Upper Manhattan. The victim was having dinner in Washington Heights when the gunman suddenly demanded money and his cell phone. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live at the scene with the very latest.
So look, this is not a super common thing. Robbers usually don't go into a fish food place and try to rob the spot. It's really kind of an odd thing because nowadays most people are going into Nike stores and I don't know, Walgreens is a huge hit for some reason. Why? Why was that a huge hit? Why are they so focused on a Walgreens? Anyways.
Surveillance video shows a 37-year-old man eating at a restaurant counter as an armed robber stands barely a foot behind him. He's waving a gun and demanding money from a female worker. Eyewitness News stopping the video, not showing the moment he is shot in the back of the head.
We don't know if the guy was armed that was sitting there. There's nothing reported that the person working the store was armed. But I want to say something to restaurant owners, Walgreens owners, gas station owners. It's your job to protect your customers. You want them coming back, right? So this is a perfect example of it. Even if this guy was armed, you are at a huge disadvantage if someone is behind you pointing a gun at the back of your head. Any movement, like pull the shirt, grab the gun, they're going to take that as, okay, this guy's going to fire on me, I better shoot him. So total disadvantage. So this woman working the store, it's really on her to take the dude down. That's why I tell everyone, you need to carry. You need to have a gun on your person or around at all times. Even if you're a woman. It's not a manly thing. It's a self-defense thing.
Witnesses say the suspect first came into the restaurant, sat at the counter, ordered food, and then left. About 10 minutes later, they say he came back again. This time, he went straight to the bathroom. And when he came out of the bathroom, that's when they say he pulled out a gun.
So it's pretty interesting. Based off of this robber has experience in robbing people. But my impression of this is he went, ordered some food, and saw how much money was in the cash register, and then decided to rob the place. And when she pulls all the money out, it was a decent amount of money. So this was very thought through. So the guy who was sitting there enjoying his dinner, there was nothing that he really could do. If he had a gun, he could have tried something, but who knows? It may have been worse than in his cheek. Supposedly he's in stable condition. I'm hoping that's still the case. But let me tell everyone something funny. Places like this, like New York, where they're super strict on gun laws, they're also super easy on criminals. Criminals do crap like this and they don't even have a bail. They just let him out. Oh no, it's not worth our time. That's why if somebody shot this guy in self-defense, I recommend attorneys on retainer. A self-defense shooting is not as simple as, well, I'm in the right, he's in the wrong, that's it. There are so many factors that come into play. Whether the police are in a good mood and say, okay, yeah, this was self-defense. Whether the DA is woke or not. And in the worst case, if a grand jury says, well, no, let's charge him. So attorneys on retainer, they're not an insurance company. They're not like all of these other companies who say they'll cover you, but in reality, they're insurance companies, to where there are a ton of laws in place to where if a grand jury or a DA charges you, It's a criminal act. They can't cover you. They don't cover criminal acts because it's insurance. Also, with these concealed carry insurances, if you get convicted of something or you take a plea deal, you may have to pay everything back. I'm not good with that. What's the point? I might as well have a public defender at that point. That's why Attorneys on Retainer is setting the standard for self-defense coverage in the industry. They're a law firm. They want to cover you. They want to give their attorneys cases to take on. They cover you all the way through trial, and if you take a plea deal, you're not paying them back. You're shaking hands with them after, and you're probably going to have a beer. And the greatest part of it is, it's cheaper than most of the other concealed carry insurances out there. So we're giving you $50 off when you sign up. There's going to be a link and code below the video. Go join the Attorneys on Retainer family and get the best self-defense coverage out there. So anyways, this even gets worse.
I hope they get the guy who did it.
Of particular interest to the NYPD, a blue handgun he used in the robbery.
We've recovered one 9mm shell casing at the scene. We'll forensically process that to see if it matches any other shell casings.
Okay, so you did all of this and you used a Tiffany blue handgun. I painted a gun like that for my ex a while back, and I felt pretty gay painting it. It wasn't for me, it was for her. But even as a robber, have a little self-respect. So it's a super unfortunate situation. I don't know. Stuff like this tears at my heart because ultimately stuff like this can be stopped. It can be. And people who are going after the I just want to be a criminal lifestyle, you're ruining it for us. You're ruining it for people like this who are just enjoying dinner at a restaurant and have no way to defend themselves because New York makes it so damn hard to own a gun, to carry a gun, and whatever else. You don't know if it's going to happen to you. You don't know if or when. It could be tomorrow when you're going to Tractor Supply. It could be in 2 weeks when you're going to get groceries. It could be at the gym. You don't know. There's no way of telling when someone mentally unstable is going to do something like this.